Hi everyone, I am back. Sorry about the big absence, but I have been out teaching a ton of tennis, and now I'm back to making some instructional videos, and I'm excited about this one today because it is all about how to take advantage of your opponent's weak second serve, an area that we could really all grow in. If you're new to this channel, I am Jordan Coons with Tennis Beyond, and take a moment to hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it does help me get these videos out to a bigger, broader audience. Also, you can leave a comment like, hey, great job, good video. That helps as well. So now on to today's lesson. The first step in taking advantage of your opponent's weak second serve is that you have to move up. And maybe you say, well, I already know that I have to move up. If I don't move up, I'm not going to even make it to the ball because their serve is so weak. However, do you know when to move up? Here's what I want you to do. When your opponent goes into their motion and they look into the court to see where they're going to serve, I want them to see you coming in like this and getting ready. Okay? Why is that important? Because through the course of the match, you are trying to build pressure. And by you coming in and them knowing that you're going to take advantage of their weak second serve, you're building pressure. And so when the match goes on, it goes along, they're going to break down. Now, what do you do when you get up here? Well, you got a couple options, okay? You can either hit topspin or slice. Where do you hit the ball? You got to hit the ball up the line every time. Now notice I'm on the deuce side, okay? And I'm only going to talk about the deuce side today because you can get them to return in certain areas of the court. Where on the ad side, right-handed server, that does not necessarily apply. Okay, so if you were facing a left-handed server, this would be applied to the ad side. All right, so I have topspin, I have slice. Okay, we're going to go over the topspin first. Now, the idea of this, when you're returning the ball up the line, regardless of whether you're getting a backhand or a forehand, is that you take the ball early and you get the ball up the line quickly, okay? And that is important because a server, so there's certain things that happen in the tennis court that allow you to take advantage of their second serve. When a server is hitting a ball, they go through their motion and they land in the court like this, okay? They have to recover from this area. Not only do they have to recover, their body's down like this. So they have to stand up and they have to get back behind the baseline. And that is where we are going to take advantage of their second serve, okay? We're going to use our topspin. I want you to shorten up the stroke. So as I go to hit this ball, here's what I think about doing. I'm going to try to take the tip of the racket and I'm going to point it directly to the side of me. So the side fence over here. So I'm going to set it just like this, okay? And then as that ball comes into my forehand, I'm going to push that ball up the line and I'm going to go directly in behind it. Now, on the backhand side, the same thing. I'm going to shorten up the swing a little bit, okay? Instead of coming back here like this and just cracking a ball, and maybe I do that every now and then, but I want to be consistent and I want them to know that I'm going to take a volley to the open court because that's part of applying the pressure. If I go here and I just start gunning balls, you know, backhands and hitting winners off the forehand or trying to do that, one, I'm going to make a lot of errors, and two, they don't really feel the pressure of the building of the point. Now, if you can crack a winner off every single ball, then do it. I mean, nothing else would matter because the point never happens. So crack a winner if you can. But most of us are going to make too many errors. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to push it directly up the line. Now, what if I'm slicing? And this, by the way, is my favorite return when the second serve is a bigger serve, when they have quite a bit of power on their second serve. I hold almost a Eastern grip, soft continental, and I take the ball into a slice motion, but I keep the racket face flat. And I push it down the line. And I do that off the forehand and off the backhand. And I've had great success on being able to get that ball directly down the line. Now, what's the next thing? Okay, so I've hit my topspin. Remember, I'm shortening it up like this. I'm pushing through it, both sides. And I've hit my slice where I'm kind of just holding the grip kind of firm and just pushing it through like this, okay? And I've gotten the ball up the line. Now we've got to go over where your ball is going to land and what they will hit back, okay? So let's take a look at the court. So if your ball lands in this area of the tennis court right here, then when your opponent comes off of their serve and they run over to hit that ball is going to go directly down the line. And we basically cut this court, this half court, in halves. So we have this area right here, and we have this area right here. Now if we can get that ball to land in this area. Hi, I hope you're enjoying today's video. If you've made it this far, remember, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it does help my channel grow. Enjoy the rest of today's video. We know that the ball is either going to go back down the line or it's going to stay in the middle of the court, okay? So you will cover that area. You will move directly in front of you. Now, if I'm taking the return, or you're taking that return, and you hit that ball and you miss that area and you go into this area over here, now they're going to try to take that ball cross court. And especially if they're a two-handed backhand, they're going to pull that ball cross court. So as I hit this ball and I run in behind it and I see that I've missed my area and I've been to the inside a little bit, I'm going to now go from here and I'm going to start to move over and I'm going to cover that cross-court ball. By setting up the return like this, taking the ball directly up the line, closing in behind it, and seeing where your ball lands and knowing where to cover, you are building constant pressure, and there's nothing they can do. Why is there nothing that they can do about that? Because in the moment, they cannot create a better second serve. They are giving you their best serve, and this is all it is. And so you close every single second serve on the deuce side. Now could you, and remember that's right-handed servers. Left-handed servers would be the ad side. Now could you do this on the ad side? On the ad side. You 100% could, okay? But it becomes a little more unpredictable because as that player is running over there hitting forehands, they could do things like reverse the forehand. They can get kind of tricky with it and they can pull balls cross court even though you hit the proper shot. So it becomes a little more unpredictable. Now, as I've done this a lot, I have started to figure out that on the ad side, I like to take the ball, I like to chip it with my backhand, and I like to chip that ball cross court and come in behind it. But again, it's pretty tough because you're having to cover a lot of court and you're not exactly sure where they'll go. So that's why we're covering just the deuce side. You can experiment on the ad side if you'd like, but just the deuce side. So let me go over that one more time, okay? Your opponent misses their first serve. They're going to hit their second serve. And as they look into the court to prep like this, they look into the court, okay? I want them to see you move up. Okay, now you're about halfway between the baseline and the service line. You're going to take that ball, you're going to hit it up the line, you're going to close in behind it, and you're going to watch where your ball lands. That will tell you where to go to cover the court. Remember, if it stays to the right, it goes directly down the line, you're going to cover straight in. And if you miss that down the line and it starts to veer towards the middle of the court a little bit, now you know that they're going to try to pull that ball cross court. You're going to cut it off and hit the volley. And through the course of the match, what you're going to see is the pressure build. I've done this before, and I'll tell you a quick story. I was serving to this guy that he had an all right second serve, but it wasn't good enough that I couldn't get in on. Okay, and I did this through the course of the match, and we were deep in the second set, and he was right here, and he went to hit his first serve, and he missed it. And once he missed his first serve, and he looked into the court, he saw me come up, and his shoulders just went from this to this. You could tell, I mean, his head dropped. You could tell that he knew exactly what I was going to do, but he also knew that there was nothing he could do about it. So the next time that you get out there and you face a return or a server that has a weak second serve, you know what to do, and you need to be consistent. Even if you get passed a couple times, okay? They will not pass you enough through the course of the match to not let this work. Okay, so next time you get out there, don't be scared of it. Get in there, hit that ball up the line, close off the volley, and you're gonna watch as that pressure builds and you break serve. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Take notes on this, get out there and practice it. I think you're gonna see great results when it comes to taking more offense against an opponent's second serve. Remember, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. All that stuff helps me grow, and I'll see you again on the next video.